So far, the word up in Washington is that Marion Robinson, mother-in-law of Obama, President-elect Obama, might be moving into the White House. And this is good news. I want to name this presentation the White House Focus, Mother and Grandma Holding the Fort. In this day and age when we're having a cultural challenge, it would be exciting to see the two women in his life decide to help him out in straightening out the problems here. The problems that we face are not only economical, but it's more like cultural. You have family issues, you have education issues, the economy, the politics. The whole culture needs to be sort of re-examined. Now, where these two women would come in is this. Over the years, we've seen that grandparents, especially grandmothers, have decided that they have spent enough time and energy in rearing their own children. And so at that time, or at that time in their lives, they think that they should be just having some fun. So they will move to the casinos, to the bingo halls, to the party houses, and sometimes looking for a little more romance. Then we find that the grandchildren and the grandmothers, there's this generation gap that developed. They have not had the experience of interacting with their grandparents. Mrs. Marion Robinson's move into the White House, I'm sure, would make a difference. There are several things she could do. She could help the grandchildren with their homework, perhaps get them a snack and let the chefs relax a little bit. And she could watch them generally, with the internet access and the computer and the television shows that they watch. She could help them, keep them in track. And as a relative, I'm sure they will sort of have a better relationship with her. So that while her parents would have a 8 to 4 job or 24/7, the grandmother could help out immensely in taking charge. And then Miss Michelle Obama, she has a special role. It could be divided up into two categories. One, it would be exciting if we could have a baby boy born at Pennsylvania Avenue, the White House. We can name him Obama II or something like that, or Obama Jr. or the third. And then we have her other role I'm suggesting. And so I'm suggesting that the other role Mrs. Obama could model would be to have a talk show, just like the Cosby show, in which she's trying to import some new ideas into the young women and perhaps young men in the society here. First of all, many young ladies you meet, they have no idea about cooking. In fact, many individuals say that the best meal you'll get is when you cook it yourself as a man. And it might be good if women understand the nutritional role they have to play in the family, how to balance a meal, variations, and so on. And then sewing and ironing clothing. Today, the way the culture is situated, hardly have to mend things. You throw it out and you buy something new, and the fabrics that are there need no ironing. But it might be good, however, to be able to sew a button or to mend a torn part of the fabric. Then you have the personal relations. I noticed that many of the young ladies are hanging out to the street corners, and they're trying to convince themselves that they could fight with men. You see them boxing with the guys outside, and they think that they could kick these guys' butt and so on. Now, these guys are just trying to get lucky and so forth, so they're just allowing them to do that. But when they connect and they get into a relationship, into a home, married or whatever, and they try that, and the guy hits them across the head, then it's next thing is rescue, they fire the police, it's court, it's all of that. So I think that they need to stop this trying to fight with men. I mean, pound for pound, it's going to be a challenge. You don't want to beat up your woman, but she might push it too much, and then you knock her out. So also, we find that conflicts do arise at various times, and she could model the way to handle conflicts. Finances, again, she could model how to amalgamate the finances, how to put it together and share it and all that. And finally, how the women could improve their personal perception of, personal perception. Many of them acknowledge and accept the term as bitch. So they'll even refer to themselves, I'm your bitch, man, what you want? Now, of course, the guys are calling themselves dogs and therefore the women are bitches, but we need to move from this animal level now and come back up to be humans. And this could be a challenge for her to help her husband to improve the whole culture. So I think that the two women are ideally situated, and I trust that they could make a big difference and enhance his role as the politician, as the great messiah, as the great leader, and together they all could achieve the goal of putting America back at number one.